Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to a new series I'll be starting where I'm going to take a look at what's happened in the Premier League world today and see what were the positives, what were the negatives, who surprised me, who was disappointing. And so today we're going to be talking about the two games, of course, City Brighton and Tottenham Fulham. So the City game, well, first of all, you've got to say it's a good. It's good 3 points for City, of course. Getting back into the title race. If they win their game in hand, they're going to be right now. I think they leapfrog Liverpool if they do win it. Honestly, the first half of the game was incredible. It was vintage City, absolutely suffocating Brighton. They only scored one goal from Foden, which we'll talk about a bit later on, which was absolutely magnificent. But they could have scored 4-5. Brighton were honestly clutching. So hard in defence. It was actually surprising that they didn't concede more. And then the second half, it kind of dropped off. Brighton were actually surprisingly good. They had most of the possession. Just they didn't have that finishing factor at the end of it. It's often been their problem all season. They had one big chance. I remember Mopé's in through on goal, and you got Stones who has a last ditch tackle to take the ball away from him. It's world class. City's defence was world class in that second half, and their attack was also world class in the first half. Actually, I think it shows at what point City have become versatile now. Their defence looked class, their attack looks class, and point of this is, of course, Foden, who's been perfect. Beginning of the season, Pep refused to put him in, came on as a kind of an impact sub, but now he's well into the first team, and he just looks class. Honestly, he's him and De Bruyne are kind of carrying the team, I feel like, right now. Incredibly good point to have against Brighton. It was a good game. From City's point of view, I think they can go the whole season on without losing a game. Nearly, it kind of feels that way, with the defense being so good. Now, from Brighton's point of view, on one part, you didn't get destroyed by City, and City played so well, so you can get some positives from that. But it's just going forward, Brighton are so poor. Poor as in they're just not taking their chances. They haven't got that clinical finish in it, and they just try to walk in the goal every week. It's going to finish by paying off. They've got, certainly, I think Fulham are 2-3 points maybe away from them now with their draw against Tottenham. So I'm still pretty worried. Brighton have pretty difficult fixtures as well coming up. So it's going to be interesting to see where they're going to be a couple of days from now. Now, on the second game today, Tottenham Fulham. It kind of feels like a same old Tottenham game. I think you can really put it as the same as the Wolves game, where first half you have Tottenham honestly, playing well. They deserve to go 1-0 up at the break. Fulham have a couple opportunities, but overall nothing really dangerous for Lloris. And Tottenham, brilliant cross from Reguilon, who's probably one of the most underrated left backs in the league, and that's probably because just he plays for Tottenham and no one likes Tottenham, so just don't rate him. I don't know, but the goal's fantastic, and you could say the second half was a bit park the bus. I don't know what happened with this Tottenham team, because it just seems like they're only playing one half for the last couple games now, and it's a shame. And nothing to take away from Fulham. They were honestly brilliant in that second half, and for me, Fulham are like a better version of Brighton, where they don't have that guy to finish the opportunities they have on top. Mitrovic hasn't done anything this year. He's God knows what's happened to him, and it's a shame really because Fulham don't deserve to be in the bottom three, as the way they're playing. I mean, they are on a 6 unbeaten streak, and Lucas, Fulham friend that you've already seen on the channel, would talk about it better than me. But you know, Fulham, it doesn't seem like they're in a very, very dangerous position. You know, if anything, they could have actually run away with the win today, and it wouldn't have been shocking. But yeah, from a Tottenham point of view, I don't even think was the problem. I think the defense isn't as good as we ultimately thought it was. Højbjerg is maybe, he hasn't been as clinical or as good in the last couple games, and you can see that even, you know, the attack where it's not getting that. I think Tottenham need that player in midfield that links up the whole defensive aspect to the attack, and Ndombele is trying to be that player, and he does it well. I mean, he's fantastic, but I feel like he's not concentrated enough during the whole 90 minutes to make it, you know, a real difference. So yeah, I think it's a shame because Tottenham, I think, have the team definitely to go and challenge for the title, but they're not going to get anywhere near it, in my opinion, this year, which is just a shame. But, you know, we'll see definitely where that brings it. So, yeah, so that was the first episode, guys, of new, I guess, I don't know, I'll call it Premier League show or something. You'll see the name on the video. And, yeah, I hope you liked it. If you do, please tell me. I'd appreciate it a lot if, you know, this whole thing becomes real. Anyway. I'll talk to you guys the next Premier League games for sure, and see you.